Okay, can everyone come find their seats? We're gonna get started here in just a second. I just wanted to make a couple announcements for everyone that's in ELS. So if you need to grab a note sheet because you do have to take notes for this class tonight. And also, we wanted to let everyone know that if you're wanting to declare the entrepreneurship minor, just write declare at the top of your paper, and then we'll have someone reach out to you guys so that we can get that taken care of for you. Also, for makeup work, I'm going to put out an announcement tomorrow that is going to have a link to all the recordings from this semester of all the lectures, so you can use that to take notes and send them to me for any makeup work that you need. You can also use those to go back and look at things for your final paper that is due in a week on the 16th. It needs to be at least 3 pages long, and it's just going to be a summary of your main takeaways and your key learnings from everything you learned from the class. So if you have any questions, you can find me after this, or you can message me on Canvas with any questions for those.
Thanks. All right, thanks for Sid for doing that. She does a ton of work, by the way, helping to organize this class. Let's give her a round of applause because she's amazing. All right. And if you're going to minor in entrepreneurship, if you're not doing that yet, you should really be thinking about that. I mean, you're going to build a business for your class. And like Sid was saying, if you want to declare that, we'll make it easy. Just put declare on the top of your paper. We are super excited today for Shark Tank Night. This is a crowning moment in the year and also in the middle of Entrepreneurship Week. We have 5 incredible student businesses, some that are a few years old, some that are just a few months old, that represent the breadth of some of the businesses that are built here at Utah State. So we're going to have an opportunity to hear from all of them. They're going to pitch for 3 minutes and then have these judges ask questions for 2 minutes. And then the judges will go and select how to divvy out some money for these incredible businesses. And while they're doing so, we have a special guest that we're going to have a band performing some music for us. Mike Glauser, the executive director of the Center for Entrepreneurship and the teacher of this class, he talked about his entrepreneurial journey early on and about how he learned how to play some different instruments, and now he gets to show you how to do that. But really, Whitney, who's going to be leading out on this, she's going to be singing, and they're there just to back her up. So just like Whitney is there as the most important person in the band, we have our most important person here, which is Shalon Keller, who stepped in. Okay. So Shalon stepped in to judge, and Shalon is, of course, a teacher here, a professor at Utah State, an associate professor. She is actually Teacher of the Year for the Marketing and Strategy Department, twice the Undergraduate Mentor of the Year. And it's not like she hasn't got accommodations before. She's worked with the U.S. Air Force, and in 14 years, she had 21 accommodations, including the Gold Shingo Prize. So if you think you're cool, I want you to think, like, am I really that cool? Because we have a lady here who was a single mother, had her first child at 16, but still got a PhD from Utah State, went to War College, is a super duper horse girl, and is the only teacher that I hear regularly. She scared me at first, but then I knew she loved me by the end. So we're so excited to have Dr. Keller here judging today. All right. Right to stage right of Dr. Keller is Dan Crane. I had ChatGPT do Dan's biography. Dan Crane works at Jack's Fish and Chips in Camberley, England, and is a proponent of Uber in London. So I think it's a different Dan Crane. So Dan Crane is an incredible person. So I know Dan's father. I've known him for quite a few years, and one of the most exciting things he wanted to introduce me to his son. It's not like his dad and I are the same age. Dan and I are the same age. But he's just so proud of his son. His dad is a super nice and kind person, has passed that on to Dan. Dan is one of the kindest, nicest people you've ever met. In fact, I looked at his LinkedIn postings, the things that he says on LinkedIn, and everything is, you guys look great. You're awesome. Congratulations. Literally every time he's ever posted. So he's a super nice guy. Serial entrepreneur, has worked in the healthcare space I had to look something up because he manages currently a revenue cycle management company, which he was pretending people knew what it meant, but none of us know what it means. It means someone that helps with billing, right? Yeah. So it's the company that helps to make sure all that healthcare billing, which is always such a mess, gets taken care of. So we're so excited to have Dan here, the serial entrepreneur and a huge fan of Utah State. Welcome, Dan Crane. Chad Albrecht is on the closest one to me here. Chad Albrecht is, he has been published over 50 times in different publications, including, I wrote down, the Professional Perspective Volume 7 and Volume 8, where they deal with the Spanish fraud in Spanish companies. So that was pretty incredible. He's been featured in the Times of London, which I don't think most of you have ever read, and also In Flight magazine, which before we could have phones like in airplane mode, all of us read that. So that was one of the most read publications in the world. Chad Albrecht, if you see him at graduation, he's the one that looks a little like the headmaster to Hogwarts, School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. But he is our Dumbledore here. He is like I said, the department head of the marketing strategy, and seriously, one of the greatest people you can ever meet. So we welcome Chad Albrecht. So if you get a little bored here, look up Eric Bana. That's an actor. This is Eric Bana. Looks like he could be Tyler Tolson's father. So that's Tyler Tolson. Looks like the son of Eric Bana. And also, I said earlier, voted most likely to play lacrosse in an East Coast school. And it turns out he did play lacrosse in an East Coast school. So Tyler Tolson is the CEO and founder of Danique Notebooks. He's a two-time USA president. And he started his company while a student here, building it from taking books from like Walmart and Lee's, and now a multi-million-dollar company that sells notebooks all over the place. It's an incredible company. In addition to this, he also has funded and built 6 schools to date in Nigeria, in Guatemala, Ghana, Nicaragua, and in Africa. And so congratulations to that. And I just want to say, Tyler is successful because he helps and believes in the success of people around him. He supports them. So we're so proud of Tyler Tolson being such a great example of entrepreneurship at Utah State. So thank you so much, Tyler Tolson. And thank you to all the judges for spending that time. We're now going to go. We are going to have our pitchers come up here. So we have 4 companies that are pitching. I have the names of the students here, the main student that's involved. We've got Kira, Hope, Connor, Tanner, and Tino. These are students that are in business, to computer science. They're all undergraduate students, and they've built these businesses over many years or just over a few months. We will begin, where is Kira? We'll begin by having Kira Davis come up here.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kira. Oh, thank you so much. I'm Kira, and this is my company, Big Snuggle Co. So 1 in 3 people do not get enough sleep. If that's not you, that's the person next to you or the person on the other side of you. And 70 million people suffer from chronic sleep disorders in the United States. That has massive implications for mental health. 1 in 3 people struggle with anxiety at some point in their lives. And if you have sleep issues, you're 50% more likely to have anxiety, and you're 10 times more likely to develop depression. So this is a huge issue, and it's growing, and it's a really personal issue for me. About 7 years ago, I started to really struggle with my sleep, and it had massive implications for my mental health. So I was seeking solutions, and I found some things that didn't work, and I found some things that did work. So introducing Big Snuggle Co. At Big Snuggle Co., we combine the power of deep touch pressure therapy with adorable, beautiful, handmade weighted stuffed animals. So, how does it work? Deep touch pressure therapy is gentle, evenly distributed pressure that mimics the sensation of being hugged or swaddled. This activates the body's parasympathetic nervous system, which increases serotonin, the happiness hormone, and melatonin, the sleep hormone, and decreases cortisol, the stress hormone. All of this improves sleep quality and reduces anxiety. Oh, there we go. Introducing Mimi the Manta Ray. So Mimi is how we do this here. Mimi is about 7 pounds, and about 24 inches across for ultimate weighted comfort. Mimi's also made with 100% recycled materials. So our mission at Big Snuggle Co. is to improve sleep, improve mental health, and positively impact our planet. Yeah, give Mimi a snuggle, everybody. You feel that calm relaxation settling in? So we do that by using proven sleep aids like DTP, creating easy-to-use, easy-to-love wellness tools like Mimi, and using 100% recycled materials. Let me tell you another story. I want you to picture 35 full-grown African elephants. I want you to lift them up. Are you feeling how heavy those guys are? They're 350,000 pounds. 350,000 pounds of textile waste is produced every minute. That is 184 billion pounds every year, and only about 1% of that is ever recycled. So, what can we do about that? We collect donations of textiles from our local community, and we process them and use them to hand make Mimi the Manta Ray right here in Logan, Utah. So Mimi has been a huge run since our start just a few months ago. We have sold out of our first 2 production runs of 8 total Mimi the Manta Rays, and we're excited for continued growth. So thank you, thank you. Thank you. So for us, continued growth looks like continuing to grow our small-scale manufacturing right here in Logan, which includes the purchasing of a refurbished industrial sewing machine. So for us, that'll allow us to continue our production and continue to grow. At Big Snuggle Co., we believe that what's good for us and what's good for the planet can be in harmony. Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're getting there. Okay, got it. So I've got 5 kiddos,
Yeah, talk to me.
1 on the way.
Excited.
Yeah, and at my house, I am the chief snuggle officer.
Yes, good job.
I'm the chief swaddle officer, so I'm really good at swaddling the kiddos, so I know this is legit, it works, it's real. I'm curious, when you talk about, give us 30 seconds more about the production process. Is this you?
Yeah, for right now, this is me. This is 100% me. So I collect, what I ended up doing is I fielded just our local community for donations, and I had a huge response. So people had a lot of textiles, mostly blankets. They're like, I'm not using anymore. I was planning on taking it to the thrift store. Most thrift store donations are sent to the landfill. And so then I take those, I wash them and I clean them, and then I cut the pieces out and I put it together. Inside, the weight is from recycled weighted blankets. Actually, they're small glass beads. They're like the texture of sand. And then the stuffing material is also from pillows, recycled pillows, and from other stuffed animals.
And how are you selling them right now?
Right now, primarily e-commerce, but I'm finding that it's really successful when people can feel and hold Mimi the Manta Ray. When you kind of have that experience, you're much more interested. So I'm going to be selling at a lot more in-person events coming up. So.
Okay, it's time. There's one more question.
Oh, it's okay. Anyway, I wish everyone could feel this. It's incredibly comfortable. Can you just briefly touch on what it is about this that just feels kind of soothing? Talk about, like, is it the weight? Is it the material?
So it's that weight. So it's very similar to it's the same science behind a weighted blanket. So a weighted blanket, it covers you, and it's that pressure that activates the parasympathetic nervous system in the body. So as your body experiences that even pressure, it relaxes you and calms you down.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you.
All right. Love those things. So she's going to have a table out there later on to sell out the rest of these if you want. All right. So now we have, coming up here, we have Hope and Dallin Johnson. They are not married. They're siblings, but they are both taken, so off limits. All right. So metric tracking system solutions. Okay.
Okay, I'm Hope Johnson, and I'm a student here studying information systems.
I'm Dallin Johnson. I'm her oldest brother, and I'm a board-certified behavior analyst.
Together, we started Metric Tracking Solutions, an online hour tracking platform built for aspiring behavior analysts. Board-certified behavior analysts work with individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. In order to become board certified, you have to complete 2,000 hours of supervised fieldwork that takes on average 2 years to complete. But it's not just about logging time. There are constantly changing and very strict requirements from the board about how those hours have to be calculated towards different activities and supervision types. And despite the complexity of this process, the Behavior Analyst Certification Board doesn't provide any method to track these hours. So people are left on their own to track all 2,000 hours and keep track of all the requirement changes on their own. And during this process, you can get audited at any time, and if you haven't tracked correctly, you're required to start over completely. So Metric Tracking Solutions solves this problem. Users go onto our website, enter their hours and all the other necessary metrics, and we calculate everything for them, providing visualizations, monthly reports, and real-time progress tracking that aligns with the latest certification standards.
So I'm also the clinical director for the company I work for. So I provide supervision for people in their master's program that are working towards certification. So when I started working in this field 10 years ago, while I was a student here at Utah State, there were only 20,000 behavior analysts nationwide. And now there are over 75,000. So it's a growing field of science. It's growing exponentially, year over year. And recently, within the last few years, Medicaid and other private insurances have approved these ABA, Applied Behavior Analytic Services, for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, regardless of age. And so that's only going to help the field continue growing, creating more aspiring behavior analysts that I would supervise. I go to conferences to maintain, my continuing education, and so I'll be able to market this and help other behavior analysts benefit from this as well.
Yeah, so our revenue model is subscription-based, so we'll offer 1 month, 12-month, and 18-month plans. And last spring, we received funding from the Analytics Solutions Center here at Utah State, where we were able to hire 2 other students to work on the development with me. But being a student, work and school has limited the time that I can put towards this. So with more funding, I'd be able to go full-time to finish development and bring the solution to life. So we believe this tool will make a real impact for future behavior analysts. And with your help, we can bring it to the people who need it. Thank you.
Before this software was developed, what would people use to track things?
Yeah, just Excel sheets, homemade spreadsheets, so not super reliable.
Perfect.
Yeah, such a great idea. So how much do you charge? Is it subscription model? And how big is the market? Like what's the potential? How many people are there in similar positions as you throughout the country?
Yeah, so for aspiring behavior analysts that are in their master's program, or some unfortunately start this fieldwork process after completing their master's program. So just in the last year, in 2024, there was an increase of 8,000 board certified behavior analysts. And like I said, with insurances approving this, because before there was an age cap at 21 years old, and then these services were no longer supported by insurance. And it can cost upwards of $100,000 a year to provide the services that we do for those individuals. So it has massive potential for growth because it's a relatively new field of science, and more people are certified every year.
So if you bring on a customer, and I know this will be an estimate and that's okay, but what's the estimated lifetime value of a customer? How long are they going to use this for?
Yeah, they should be using it for, on average, 2 years. The quickest you can do it is 18 months. Some people have taken up to 3 to 4 years to finish. And so based on our subscription model, it's $10 a month, and then there's also a year-long subscription and an 18-month subscription.
All right, Connor's coming up here. And there are some seats available here if you guys want to come and sit down. There's some here in the middle. So now we have Connor Hobbs. Just I think it's worthwhile to note that we have some programs here at Utah State where we're bringing in people from all over the university. Currently, we have a sandbox program running. I think Chad's over there that is involved with that. This is why we have some people who are involved with computer science and also with some of these new products. So we appreciate the work that people are doing to connect within the center and outside the Center of Entrepreneurship. Now we have Connor Hobbs, who will be presenting Kiva. Connor.
Love it. Thank you. Thank you. Excited to be here. We are Kiva, and we are building digital keys for rental properties without the need for Wi-Fi. Now, what does that even mean? It means we are building a simple smart lock and an integrated software solution allowing property managers to manage access to their properties from a single location. Meet our friend Jason. He manages over 250 properties from Salt Lake City all the way up to Boise, Idaho, and is one of our clients. He struggles with the overwhelming headache of trying to manage access to all those various properties. He uses lock boxes, code locks, and even brass keys and tries to distribute them. But the question has to be asked, why isn't he using smart locks from a single location? It's because current solutions require the integration of either cellular or Wi-Fi connection to integrate to that smart lock. While that may work for an enterprise scale apartment complex, it doesn't work for property managers that manage properties or single family rentals over a large geographical area. So what have we built? We've actually built a smart lock that uses NFC technology to integrate with our AI-powered software. Jason is then able to go in, manage and view his properties from a single location and send a digital key via text or email to your smartphone. You're able to download that into your Apple or Google and Android wallet and tap to unlock the smart lock and access the property. Jason can then manage these keys from one location and cancel and decline them on a temporary basis. Kiva sets itself apart by being a smart lock that doesn't need the integration to Wi-Fi and also uses a single location to manage access using our software. We've seen the opportunity growing fast. There are 7.76 million doors in the United States alone that could use our software and hardware today. The team that is building this are 3 Utah State students here with you, and we are working full time on this project. And it's not a project anymore because we're launching. Why are we working full time? Because we've seen interest. We have traction. We have 3 separate property management firms that have signed sales contracts with our company without even seeing the end final product. And the big announcement of the night is our MVP, or minimum viable product, is ready. And we will be installing our first locks on our client's door this Friday. Yes. So that leads the question, why are we here with the Sharks? Because these locks are expensive to manufacture. These contracts are signed at a $12 per lock per month basis, but we take the upfront cost of manufacturing before they pay. So why do we need funding? Because even $10,000 would allow us to manufacture and deploy upwards of 40 to 50 locks, allowing us to not only fulfill the contracts we have, but sign on an additional 3 to 5 design partners, which would allow us to get revenue. So as we're launching, we hope the Sharks join us. Thank you.
I'll do 25,000 for 10%.
How about we talk terms a little later? Come visit us at our table.
Deal.
I love it. Yeah, any other questions?
What is the shelf life of each of those locks?
Great question. We estimate it from our projections and from the industry standard to be about 7.5 to 10 years. And we expect to sign on our clients on a 2+ year basis, hopefully signing on contracts that last 5 or longer.
You may have said this, but I didn't hear it. Can you limit the time that key is workable, like for an Airbnb scenario?
Correct. So
Okay.
these property managers can send them to vendors or tenants alike. If a vendor or a maintenance worker needs to stop by to fill out a quote to fix an apartment, they can simply send a digital key that's active for 15 to 30 minutes. Or a vendor or a tenant that signs a lease for 6 months to 12 months, you can send a key for that time as well.
It's incredible. Nice job.
Thank you.
One more. What is your marketing strategy?
Great question. As of right now, with these new design partners that we're taking on, or these first beta testers, we've stopped by in person at a lot of their in-person offices. We've also done a lot of cold calling, and we intend to run meta ads as we get funding and as we start to get revenue from these locks.
My brother has 54 doors. Can you go both this?
Yes, we can. I was gonna say one last thing, if that's all right, Russell. If any of you know property managers, or if you have any connections, please come visit us at our table and let us know. We'd love to get connected with them. Thank you, thank you.
You can see at his heart that Tyler's a wheeler and dealer, so working it out. That's good. That's good. All right. While Tanner comes up here, we have Tanner from TerraFlow. I don't know if you guys know, but there's been some news about tariffs recently. And so fortunately for us, we've got probably the solution, well, one of the solutions to some problems that have been caused recently.
Awesome, thank you. Hi, my name is Tanner Helms. I'm the co-founder at TerraFlow, and at TerraFlow, we simplify supply chain with AI. Trade laws is complicated. In the US, there are over 400,000 importers shipping more than $4 trillion worth of goods annually. When shipping products internationally, typically products require a 10-digit HTS code that's usually determine the duty rate or tariff rate or what you have to comply by to be able to import the product. This process that is known as classifying is both costly and complex. To classify a product at a custom brokerage, it typically costs over $100 per item, and it can take weeks for the business to get back to you. The de minimis rule has been in place since 1938. This has allowed importers into the US to ship products into the US without having to pay tariff rates, as well as file import documentation for the product. Starting on May 2nd, this law is going to be revoked, requiring an additional 1 billion shipments into the United States to require a 10-digit HTS code, as well as filing proper documentation and paying tariffs on that. This has impacted companies such as AliExpress, Temu, Amazon for these low-value shipments, as well as even local stores such as Walmart and Best Buy. From the supply chain perspective, whenever there's a tariff update, the importer must update their documentation and resubmit it to US Customs and Border Patrol to ensure that the product can clear through customs and that the documentation is filed correctly. If you don't do this, then you have incorrect documentation that you're continuing to import on, and it can lead to steep fines. For example, last year, Ford was fined $365 million for having a single documentation error for a single product, as well as your goods can also get confiscated at customs if not having the right documentation. Because of this, when a tariff update happens, this can impact thousands of products in your supply chain, and it can take a company weeks or even months to get all their documentation correctly updated and resubmitted before they can continue shipping. Businesses need something that's faster, that's automated, so whenever these tariff updates happen, their supply chain is not impacted and they don't risk fines. The solution is TerraFlow. TerraFlow automates the entire documentation process from start to finish. We're more accurately than publicly traded companies, and we reduce this 4-hour plus per product processing time down to a few minutes. You upload your products on our website via CSV, you select your countries of origin and destination. The system will then classify the products using HTS, the Harmonized Tariff Schedule system, citing rulings, court notes, and regulation. Once the classification is complete, you can then view the additional tariff rates, non-tariff measures, anti-dumping, and indirect taxes for the product. It takes all this data and it can submit a document like this to US Customs and Border Patrol. You can also configure tariff rate reports, so on a weekly basis, you can have this report sent to you to see the exact amount of tariff rates for your products. TerraFlow was founded in September by Bryce and I. Bryce worked at KPMG in trade compliance, and that's how we got introduction to the area. We have now expanded to a team of 15, mostly of Utah State students and one from BYU-I. Some of our recent accomplishments is back in last year, we were USU Entrepreneur of the Game. We've had a paper published at Cornell University, selected to pitch at iHub. A couple weeks ago, we won the Utah Entrepreneurship Competition, and we've been featured on Carousel, Deseret News, and other news platforms. We're VC-backed. We have onboarded 2 publicly traded companies, and we received referrals from the World Trade Center, and we are currently making connections with additional World Trade Centers. Thank you.
All right, there we go. Tyler, any offers for this group?
Yeah, it's going to take me a minute though. What's your biggest holdup right now? And tell us a little bit about current customers.
Yeah, so we're just finishing the final process of integrating our systems with U.S. Customs and Border Patrol. So we have all the data for the entry summaries that are needed, but to be able to fully automate this process, it's just submitting that actual entry summary on our client's behalf, and that's what we're just finishing up right now. For our current customers, we have onboarded a handful of large publicly traded companies. We have about 135 companies in Mexico, manufacturers that we're currently working with, as well as some additional in Europe. And then the CEO of the World Trade Center in Utah right now is also helping us build a lot of relationships for manufacturers.
Are you working with the Federal Trade Commission on any of these things?
We have connections with them, yes.
Are you required to hold a security clearance?
No.
If you were to win money tonight, what would you use that money for?
So this summer, we're hiring some interns out of state, and there's gonna be about 13 of us all working full-time in person. So we're gonna have a handful of data science as well as full stack developers, and that's what that money would go towards is helping pay for those interns that we're bringing in during the summer.
All right, we now have Addie and Tino coming up. Tino is also a computer science major like Tanner, but they have a slightly different company. So welcome, Addie and Tino.
Good evening, I'm Tino. I'm a student here at Utah State University, and this is my wife, Araceli. Together we founded Kia Natural. Together we founded Kia Natural, and we're building the future of fashion using ancient techniques, literally. So did you know that the fashion industry is one of the biggest contributors to global pollution? It contributes up to 20% of global water waste. And in global water waste, and and here we go. Sorry, I got a little retract. Okay, so these chemical dyes, they're entering in these waterways. They're actually destroying a lot of the rainforest, and they're threatening not only the lives of these indigenous people, but it's also endangering a lot of the techniques that they use with natural dyeing techniques.
And that is why we created Kia Natural. In Kia Natural, we offer a triple solution. First, we made fashion apparel, also unique personalized merchandise for businesses, and also our amazing 100% natural eco dyes for global brands. And we don't only sell products, but we sell purposes, and each drop of dye helps Native women and also supports the land they come from. So, and this is true, and this is working because in 2020, we've been selling 2,000 sales, but just last year we made $45,000 in sales, and we are not only creating a business, but also a lot of purpose. Our 10% goes to create our digital schools in these rural areas. So how do we do it? We recycle computers, and we enhance them with amazing knowledge that really help these people, not only the natives, artisans, but also the children and their families. We reach places where Google Maps doesn't reach. So this is our team. We are trained in the MIT, South Korea, and also the USU, amazing USU. And we have background, Tino has background in the military and also the tech skills. I am And I have experience with sustainability and also education. And Veronica has experience as an expert in global market growth. We Sharks, we are looking from you two things. First, connection with potential clients. We are looking for brands, people, and influencers that really care about sustainability. And also, we are looking for fans to raise our marketing campaign in the US to scale our impact. And with your help, we can rescue this knowledge and this ancient knowledge, empower women, and also change the way educative is given for these amazing people. Thank you so much, and I hope that you join us.
Beautiful product, really, really nice. Tell us about your marketing strategy to grow from 2,000 to 45,000 in the last couple of years.
Yes, so mainly this was given because we won some competitions in the United Nations, and we didn't had any budget for marketing, for example, but because of that, Nat Geo made us a documental. You can find us a documental in their page. And we received big clients like PepsiCo and CoverGirl and Nat Geo itself. And, they were asking us for merchandising, for 5,000 of merchandising or similar, made with these people and having this impact, not only the amazing product, but also impact in the whole process. So we've been doing that way. With these connections and also through these prices. But now we are looking to invest in more marketing intentionally so that we can get connections with more clients and businesses as well.
Love the cause. It's awesome. I think the approach that you have, I think the B2B model, multi-seven-figure here. Tell me about these customers. What did they buy from you for the 45,000? What was the exact products? Did they buy dyes? Did they buy the B2B merchandise? Was it hats? Was it luggage tags? What's the bulk of the orders?
Yeah, so 45% of the sales so far have been the personalized merchandise for them, and most of them have been the tote bags that you already have, you already see, and also little bags that they can put their brand as well. There are some on the table over there, and the 35% were apparel. And we've been selling in Etsy and also B2C clients. And the rest is the Eco Dice. And the Eco Dice has a lot of potential as well, but because it's very new, we just launched that last year in August, it's been having those sales. But people and businesses, textile businesses, for example, they love it, and the results and the quality as well, and it's like a new source for them because usually they have only Asian markets providers, but now they have Peruvian ones.
Real quick, tell us your cost. Like for a hat that you gave us that Dan's wearing, how much would something like that cost to make, and how much are you selling it?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we are selling, for example, the hat for $29, and the cost is about $14, and 40% of that is going directly to the artisans and the impact in the community. The rest is for the, we work with recycled materials. We collect materials and natural, 100% natural dyes from textile fabrics and companies that they don't use. And we build, amazing products from that. So the rest of the money of our cost is for logistics and also some payments that we have to do with taxes and similar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
All right, that was excellent. We're going to have Sydney take these judges into the back room right now. We're going to have them break down about how we're going to award the money. While we're doing that, Akira is going to come up here and start setting up. He's now a roadie. He's going to start setting up for our band. So we have Whitney Hatch, who is going to be our star today. Whitney Hatch. She is 170 centimeters tall. We got that verified in case you are all curious about that. But she also is well known as a musical theater star. She she's done traveled with Broadway and done local productions. She also played Ado Annie, and my son's very familiar with Ado Annie because he was Will in Oklahoma, and they were kind of partners against each other. Now, she will be singing, her backup group is called the Berkeley Street Band, and our own Mike Glauser is a part of that band. So as they're setting this up, let's welcome Whitney Hatch and the Berkeley Street Band.
Now we're ready. Now we're ready. All right. A little throwback. I was riding shotgun with my hair undone in the front seat of his car. He got a one-hand feel on the steering wheel, the other on my heart. I looked around, turned the radio down. He said, "Baby, is something wrong?" I say nothing, I was just thinking how we don't have a song. And he says, "Our song is a salmon screen door, sneaking alley, tapping on your window when we're on the phone and you talk real slow, 'cause it's late and your mama don't know. Our song is the way you laugh, the first day, man, I didn't kiss her and I should have. And when I got home, for I said amen, asking God if he could play it again." I was walking up the front porch steps after everything that day had gone all wrong. I'd been trampled on and lost and thrown away. Got to the hallway, well, on my way to my love in bed. I almost didn't notice all the roses and the note that said, and it said, "Our song is a salmon screen door, sneaking alley, tapping on your window when we're on the phone and you talk real slow, 'cause it's late and your mama don't know. Our song is the way you laugh, the first day, man, I didn't kiss her and I should have. And when I got home, for I said amen, asking God if he could play it again." I've heard every album, listened to the radio, waited for something to come along that was as good as our song. Our song is a salmon screen door, sneaking alley, tapping on your window when we're on the phone and you talk real slow, 'cause it's late and your mama don't know. Our song is the way you laugh, the first day, man, I didn't kiss her and I should have. And when I got home, for I said amen, asking God if he could play it again. I was riding shotgun with my hair undone in the front seat of his car. I grabbed a pen and an old napkin and I wrote down our song. Just gotta change keys here for a second.
How about that banjo?
That banjo! Woo-hoo! Here we go, here we go. Yeah, that's nice. Heading down south through the land of the pines, thumbing my way into North Carolina, staring up the road and pray to God I see headlights. I've been down the coast in 17 hours, picking me a bouquet of dogwood flowers, and I'm hoping for Raleigh I can see my baby tonight. All right, let's sing all together. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. You guys sound good. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. That's it. Running from the cold up in New England, I was born to be a fiddler in an old-time string band. My baby plays the guitar, I pick a banjo now. Oh, North Country winters keep a-getting me down. Lost my money playing poker, so I had to leave town. But I ain't turning back to living that old life no more. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Walking to the south out of Roanoke, I caught a trucker out of Philly, had a nice long toke. But he's a heading west from the Cumberland Gap to Johnson City, Tennessee. And I gotta get a move on before the sun. I hear my baby calling my name and I know that she's the only one. And if I die in Raleigh, at least I will die free. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. That's it. Rock me, mama, like the wind in the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. One more time. Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. There's a pick somewhere. Okay. Don't touch me. All right. Hope not. Help. Help. All right. Yeah, let's do it. He cries in the corner where nobody sees. He's the kid with a story no one would believe. He prays every night, dear God, won't you please, could you send someone here who will love me? Who will love me for me, not for what I have done or what I will become. Who Her office is shrinking a little each day. She's the woman whose husband has run away. She'll go to the gym after working a day. Maybe if she was thinner, then he would have stayed. And she says, who will love me for me? Not for what I have done or what I will become. Who will love me for me? 'Cause nobody has shown me what love really means. What love really means. He's waiting to die as he sits all alone. He's a man in a cell who regrets what he's done. He utters a cry from the depths of his soul. Oh, Lord, forgive me, I want to go home. Then he heard a voice somewhere deep inside, and it said, I know you murdered, and I know you've lied, and I've watched you suffer all of your life. And now that you're listening, I'll tell you that I will love you for you, not for what you have done or what you will become. I will love you for you. I will give you the love that you never knew. I'll love you for you, not for what you have done or what you will become. I will love you for you. I will give you the love that you never knew. All right. Cool. Okay, we have two more for you. Little moody, so we're going to pick it back up for the last two. All right. It's like, where'd I put it? Found it. Oh, there it is. All right. Featuring Willis on the harmonica. Get ready, get ready. Wait for Mike. All right, here we go. Some people say a man is made out of mud. A poor man's made out of muscle and blood. Muscle and blood and skin and bone. A mind that's weak and a back that's strong. You load 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I was born one morning when the sun didn't shine. I picked up my shovel and I walked to the mine. I loaded 16 tons of number 9 coal, and the straw boss said, well, bless my soul, you load 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I was born one morning, it was drizzling rain. Fighting and trouble are my middle name. I was raised in the canebrake by an old mama lion. Can't no high-tone woman make me walk the line. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. If you see me coming, better step aside. A lot of men didn't and a lot of men died. One fist of iron, the other of steel. If the right one don't get you, then the left one will. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. All right, one more. Here we go. It's knowing that your door is always open and your path is free to walk. That makes me tend to leave my sleeping bag rolled up and stashed behind your couch. And it's knowing I'm not shackled by forgotten words and bonds and the ink stains that are dried upon some line. That keeps you on the back roads by the rivers of my memory, that keeps you ever gentle on my mind. It's not clinging to the rocks and ivy planted on their columns now that bind me. Or something that somebody said because they thought we'd fit together walking. It's just knowing that the world will not be cursing or forgiving when you walk along some railroad track and find that you're moving on the back roads by the rivers of my memory, and for hours you're just gentle on my mind. Though the wheat fields and the clotheslines and the junkyards and the highways come between us, and some other woman's crying to her mother 'cause she turned and I was gone, I still might run in silence, tears of joy might stain my face, and the summer sun might burn me till I'm blind. Oh, but not to where I cannot see you walking on the back roads by the rivers flowing gentle on my mind. I dip my cup of soup back from a gurgling, crackling cauldron in some train yard. The wind a rustling cold towel, a dirty hat pulled low across my face. Through cupped hands round the tin can, I pretend to hold you to my breast and find that you're waiting from the back roads by the rivers of my memory, ever smiling, ever gentle on my mind. Gentle on my mind, you're gentle on my mind. Ooh.
We are really excited about being able to give support to student businesses today and to help them to grow a little bit further. We had initially thought that we'd be giving out $8,000 today, but we found an extra $2,000, so we're excited to give that to the students. The judges are going to give some feedback later on to the individuals one at a time, mostly because they just loved every business out there and felt it was very hard to judge between them, that they're apple and oranges, and they wanted to really support all of them because they felt the students were committed, that they had the ability to scale, that these were viable, and wanted to make sure that the money went in ways that it had impact. So we're hoping that it does. We'd first like to bring up from TerraFlow. We're going to give out TerraFlow, if Tanner could come on up, $1,500. Is that good? All right, thank you. All right. All right. Oh. Who's next, Sid? All right. Kia Natural. If you guys will come on up, we're giving Kia Natural $1,750 today. All right, thank you. And I will say to Kia Natural, Tyler Tolson has built a very similar company, so I think he's kind of a super fan right now. So we're excited to have you guys connect. Next, we have Metric Tracking Solutions with Hope and Dallin, $1,750 for these two. All right, congratulations again. All right, with our last two, we have Big Snuggle Co. $2,500 to help you. All right, you better go buy that sewing machine. Okay. And now we have Connor Hobbs come up here with any of your team. Dallin and Charles, come on up for Kiva, $2,500 as well. All right, again, congratulations. That is by far the most amount of money we've ever given. We're so excited to help these student businesses to move forward. Just one more short announcement. Remember, if you haven't declared your minor in entrepreneurship, just put declare on there. Sign up for the minor in entrepreneurship. You can do the whole minor this summer. The classes don't even overlap, so we just do one after another. We want to thank you so much for being a part of this class. It's so great to see a full class room here. Make sure you turn in your final papers, and we've got some ice cream out there. So congratulations. Have some fun.